Hello there. Today we have an upload. Um, it's Detective Comics, the Black Mirror, and let me first start with issue Detective Comics 871, which is the beginning of 11-part story arc. There you go. This is Detective Comics 871, the first part of the Black Mirror. Scott Snyder wrote the story. He is the current writer of Batman. Also, he's writing a new Superman title. And what else is he writing? Swamp Thing, which is about to finish next month. And American Vampire, which was not canceled, but I guess he stopped it for a while. And yeah, and Talon. Yeah, he's writing Talon for like the first 6 or 7 issues. After that, I don't think he's writing that anymore. Yeah, so this is Batman Detective Comics 871. It's the beginning story arc of the Black Mirror, which was one of the best-selling stories in 2011, and people were not buying this comic, thinking that it would be the last story. They thought that, once Detective Comic reaches number 900, it would be like, the greatest thing ever. But it never did. It was rebooted at 881, which was 11 issues after this. So yeah. Okay, so let me go on with Detective Comics 872 right here. There you go. Detective Comics 872, and look at that cover. And if any of you who follow the story arc of the Black Mirror, you would know that every cover is so powerful. Like this guy JoCK, he did an amazing job in the inside, in the covers. Same as FRaNCeSCo, he did an amazing job. I'm a fan. I mean, thanks to the Black Mirror, I'm a fan of both of these guys, and I collect anything that FRaNCeSCo puts out. Anything. So this is Detective Comics 872. Let me go with Detective Comics 873, which to me is like, out of this 11 covers, this has to be the top 3. Top 3 has to be. Detective Comics 873, and yes, here you go. Boom. And by the way, this is not Bruce Wayne Batman. This is Dick Grayson Batman. So it's not your typical Batman, that you see on previous issues. Well, before that Batman R.I.P. thing storyline. But yeah, see, I wish I had this as a poster, like a big poster, because what JoCK did in the story arc was that he turned Batman into a very flexible guy. Like, this is actually Nightwing, dressed as Batman. So you know it's not Bruce Wayne. So it's a lot young. He's a lot younger, and I guess because of that he makes a lot of mistakes too in the story. But overall, it was great. Detective Comics 873. Yes, this is great. I mean, I'm gonna probably look for that poster that I was telling you. It's probably on eBay or something. Even if I think JoCK sold the original art for this cover for a couple of thousand. I don't remember exactly when it came out, but hopefully I will get my hands on it sometime. So let's go on from 873 to 874. Detective Comics 874. Now this is FRaNCeSCo on the cover. Now FRaNCeSCo also did the inside art. See, JoCK and FRaNCeSCo they were taking turns. JoCK will do the first 3 issues along with FRaNCeSCo, and then JoCK will take over on the next 2, and then FRaNCeSCo would take over after those 2, and so forth, and so on and forth. But at the end, on issue 881, they both did 30. I think it was 20 pages each or something like that, because it was a big issue. So I think it was like, I don't know, like 18, 19, 20, 20 each. And like half of the story was FRaNCeSCo, the other half was JoCK. So Scott Snyder and FRaNCeSCo doing it big time here. And this Batman is so pulp, so badass. Great story. Okay, so let me go on with Detective Comics 875. Right here. Oops, there you go. Detective Comics 875. And the main villain in this story arc is James Jr. Yes, he is the son of Commissioner Gordon. Now, I don't know if all of you read Batman Year One, but you know, in Batman Year One, Commissioner Gordon has his wife has a baby, and that baby is him. But he's an adult in this story arc. He's not a little kid. That they portrayed him as a kid because something happened to him while he was growing up. But you know, the story is based on him already being an adult. So, but how twisted the story is, you have no idea. You see like a whole you know, backstory, like the origin of James Jr. and how Commissioner Gordon would, like, you know, go insane of how twisted his son was, or you know, he had an idea of like, what is wrong with my son? Is something wrong with him? I think they show you in one of those you know, in one of those pages that it was just a small clip. It shows that it was Halloween time, and Commissioner Gordon's son James Jr. dressed up as the Joker, and and Commissioner Gordon said, change that right away. You know, I guess it wasn't a good costume for Halloween, but you know, that there you can see just little fragments like that. You know, everything comes together at the end. But so far, this is to me like, you know, I don't really, you know, praise the writers saying, oh, you know, this is great, this is great, but I never in my life have I waited for an issue of Detective Comics that much every month when this story came out, because it took a whole year for the story to finish. A whole year. And I just, every month it was like Christmas, you know what I'm saying? Come on, feed me more. And it was great. So I will always remember 2011, you know, because of the Black Mirror. So this is Detective Comics 875. Let's go with Detective Comics 876. This is Scott Snyder and JoCK doing the art and cover. Back again. Like I said, they will, you know, one day you do it, the other day he does it, and they flip around their days like that. So when it came to 876, JoCK took over and he delivered. He delivered a great job, especially if I had to compare JoCK and FRaNCeSCo, I think when it came to Batman, you know, being a detective and looking for all the clues, I think JoCK did the best job. The best job. But when it came to the origin of James Jr., FRaNCaViLLa killed it. It was great. Like, he did it so, like, very old-fashioned, very simple. It was not complicated, because you see, sometimes you see these drawings, right? And you have to fucking figure it out, like, from head to toe, what's going on, which one goes first, and forget about it. So just the fact that this is a story, great story to understand. Even if you don't have any knowledge of Batman, you can understand this story just by knowing who Batman is. But you know, you would also just have to remember that this is not Bruce Wayne Batman. This is Dick Grayson Batman. There you go. So, Detective Comics 876. Let's go with Detective Comics 877. There you go. Please pay no attention to that horrible ad. Okay, this movie that you see here sucks. I hope, you know, all of you, whoever saw this movie, please, you know, if you ever go to the movie theaters again, if you see a Green Lantern movie on the listings, you know, don't go see it ever again, because movies like this will never be good. I mean, this was just pathetic. I have so much respect for DC, but this was just stupid. I think even the early Batman and Robin movies with Jim Carrey and what's the other guy's name? Two-Face guy, him. Even that movie made more sense than this fucking crap. So anyway, let's not get out of the topic. Just, you know, I will just, this is Detective Comics 877, and I will go like this. So this is Batman Detective Comics 877, and as you can see, the storyline continues. JoCK again killing it with this fantastic cover. Now let me go with, we went from 877 to 878. 8. Again, I don't know if you guys know this at all, but I uploaded an Action Comics video around 6 months ago, and the title of that video, which was also the last story arc of Action Comics, it was called The Black Ring. And this one, it's called The Black Mirror. I don't know if there's any similarity with the black and black, but you know, just something I noticed, you know, that the last story arc of the of Action Comics was The Black Ring, and the final story arc of Detective Comics was The Black Mirror. And there's something going on with the black. Anyway, this is Detective Comics 878, and this is the villain of Tiger Shark. Yes, a new villain. I think you get to see him in the news, in the new Scott Snyder Batman issue number 12. You know, has nothing to do with the Court of Owls or the Night of Owls. It's just like, you know, one standalone story. But you know, you get to see this guy Tiger Shark in that storyline. But anyway, just to give you a reference of where he also showed up. If you ever read Detective Comics 878 and you look for Tiger Shark and you want to see him again, then you would have to go to Batman number 12 from the New 52, and that's it. Alright, so Detective Comics 878. Now Detective Comics 879. Yes, FRaNCeSCo taking over. This is, as you can see, Commissioner Gordon in a story called Skeleton Keys, which connects with the Black Mirror. And there, just behind him, is James Jr. And as you can see right here is the, right here, you can see it, the FRaNCeSCo signature. Now, I hope all of you enjoy watching my comics. I don't upload as much as I would want to, not because I don't have the time. It's just that I don't want to present just any video, you know. I don't want to give you any random issue and just call it a night, and you know, just forget about how horrible the upload was. I prefer to collect as much as possible, especially if it's a complete story arc like this one. There you go. So that's Detective Comics 879. And let me go with Detective Comics 880. This is the famous Joker cover, which is great. Hope you guys get to see that. This is you know, all of the stuff that I collect, especially Batman stuff, you know, I always see it no matter what. And this is the only Joker appearance you see here. I think you see a Joker appearance on 879. You get to see him at the end, but this is the complete full appearance. This is Detective Comics 888, and you get to see Dick Grayson as Batman against the Joker, but the Joker realizes that that's not his Batman, that's just a copycat. Anyway, now we go to the final. installment of the Black Mirror, which is Detective Comics 881. And as always, you know this, as always, 9.8's the complete set of the Black Mirror. And there you go. You see Batman slapping the shit out of James Jr. And that will be it. Just a couple of comments on this story. Please, if you get it, if you get some time, please. I think this is the perfect buy for any Batman fan. And if you like this Black Mirror story, I'm sure that you would appreciate the new Batman from the new 52 and anything else Scott Snyder writes. Anyway, so that would be all. Take care, and please go check Warzone Spider, because he's also a very Scott Snyder fan. And that's it. Alright, thanks a lot. Bye bye.